They have questions for Rabbi. Hey, baby, how you so sexy? I'd be like, baby, Johnson and Johnson, no more tears. Baby shampoo, motherfuckers. Dog, look at this. Yo, let Rabbi. No. It's relates right for 3 years later. It's still called the ROTHSCHILD, and it's really awesome. And I'm not gonna get stuff, I'm not pissed off, no passion. So listen, I want to say this important advice that we can report as actually when they said that if there's relations and then period, that's not even relationship years later, I think we are still awesome. And I'm not gonna get stuff, I'm not pissed off, no passion. Start a conviction. How the Amadi Ba'ali tell us, yeah? But the honor of Ba'ali tell us, so listen, this is very ultimately again, one case of other business says evolution for this sheep, and identify the sheep, versus evolution for a sheep. Rashi, they tell us that Shalom Lahed no Havik Eslan the next ultimately again, we identify sheep is a feature of transactional needs. When he doesn't go ahead and identify then ultimately again there is no transactional need. My hobby, I would say. So let's analyze this, right? So now it's Wednesday. Reading goes over to Rafa. He says, have relations with me to Zona. He says, have relations with me for this sheet. Now, again, he doesn't pay her for 3 years. It has the status of a public payment because there's transactional needs. Just because he identified the sheet doesn't make it hers. In order for it to be first, what has to happen? The Gemara says, Yishicha. Right? Remember, livestock, animals require Yishicha, require taking possession. Which the Gemara says, the zone of all this will cover and go kind of okay, so apparently it's actually interesting. Ultimately, the thing of Yishicha is only written by Jews. So apparently, again, by a non-Jew, they don't use Yeshiva for a part. But as long as it's not Jewish. You guys know what possibility is. We all know this on Israel. Talking about it. If you don't, they call you the Hatzim. Oh, interestingly enough, the sheep standing in the in which case, again, ultimately, there's no trust. Requires you just play the Hatzim. How come? What is that? I don't know. If it's in a thoughts that in order to she requires in order to get relations with her, and ultimately again, then he gave us, only then she already wrote thoughts, she already acquired it. What are we talking about? You might say, in other words, she acquired it before the so this is actually this is like the paradigmatic case of Essenism. They acquired the sheep even before the Biyah if the sheep is standing in her thoughts. To which the Gemara is like, the Shaki and the Handy are supposed to be very interesting. Now, here's the case. So when it comes to power, basically, right here, this sheep is an apostrophe. Remember, what is apostrophe? The apostrophe essentially is that in other words, he says to her, I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you for the relations. Right? If I don't pay you money, you could take this sheep. So therefore, she doesn't really acquire the sheep initially. She acquires the sheep in the event that there is non-payment. The Amallah, Imaisina Lech, is using the Kana Yachon Zuba. He says to her, if I pay you, let's say in the next 30 days, good. Do not, and if not, Shakli the Aslan, take this sheep ultimately. Shesha says that. It's also mixing half. Again, it's interesting. All this is really unnatural spotless. Omer Adam Lakamara, let's say again, let's say we're going to employ taxi drivers and workers. He's saying that he's paying. Now, the way ultimately, again, he's paying them. Now, Rashi points out over here, Rashi, these workers are non-Jews, or they're Amir artists, they're just unlearned Jews. Idolaters are unlearned Jews. That's why this is important to understand. And he says to them, so he goes in and says to them,
Look at this athleticism.
I'm paying you, right? And essentially, go use this money to go ahead and purchase for yourself food.
Without a doubt, one of the top athletes who's ever had an opportunity to witness.
Go and drink, go and eat. So let's say, now the Gemara says, she can do this. She doesn't have to be worried. So right? What's the concern here? The Gemara says that halacha l'maisa, he's giving them money. Or on their he has to be concerned that the option is going to go by Yahweh. Yes, right? Or maybe ultimately again the Amaharet is going to buy sheep or my sheep. He doesn't have to be concerned. Why doesn't he have to be concerned with this? Because essentially he's giving them the money and he's saying, Kevra, do what you want. Do what you want. Because he's doing that, essentially, it's not on him. Whatever they do. Rashi says over here, Rashi just goes through all of this. Right, if you look at the end, if you look at Rashi, right, if you look at Rashi, it's actually the last one, the last of the long line of Rashi. The hot ilu, those suffering, you don't. Ruvain is not the one giving them. He is giving them. It's not just here. This is free to prove. What they choose to do with that afterwards, essentially, is not on Ruvain. It's not on Ruvain. So therefore, again, no liability. Okay, now what? Contrast out the following. Sound your base 63 second line down. The Amarlot, says to them, Su Ichlu, Vani Korea, Su Shtubani Korea. If you go and drink, hey, I'll pick up the tab. Oh, now the this is a problem. Then we have the problem. Then we have a problem. Now, why is that? Look at that. She's in the Valley Korea. Habikihu Lokeacha Machilo, Sahashto and solid national purchasing and providing these prohibited items for his work. It's clear food and drink, whatever they buy, that's on him. He has nothing to do with it. If he says, go eat, go drink, I'll pick up the tab, then ultimately, again, that is problematic because it is if he is purchasing and providing these potentially prohibited items for his workers. Alma, I was saying, what do you see from there? So you see from there that
Strength and conditioning dynasty.
Back to the Rabbi. Right, so going back now ultimately again to the Rabbi case. Remember, Rabbi, what did they do? They went ahead and they bought with the produce, and they paid the poor with €8. Yochanan said, not a problem with no transaction immediacy. So what's that? What do you see now? What do you see from this last piece over here? Amo, ki kapara, Isra kapara. So what do you see from here?
Yeah, I got a question. First of all, how dare you?
Even though again he's paying after the
Who do you think you are?
His transactional immediacy, changing produce to value, that's problematic. Therefore, the Gemara says, "Halfanami, ki kapara, Isra kapara." So to leave it by Rabbi and maybe him here, ultimately again, isn't that ultimately to produce? Same thing. Which we must have taken out of Fisto, then Anthony Hamakito, in the Shabbat. You know, it's different. In the Ruben case, like if he's going ahead and telling the workers, go drink, I'll pick up the tab. We're talking about where they are purchasing food from a shopkeeper who normally extends credit to you. They pay them the ugly laugh to say, ultimately because the shopkeeper normally extends credit like that. Literally translated, the shopkeeper acquires his money immediately. Look at that. The shopkeeper knows that he's going to get paid from the dentist. He regularly extends credit. So we'll say, that's it. There is transaction needs. We're going to feel the is not just saying stamp when you want and, buy food, etc. Go to the shopkeeper, I'll pick up the tab. This is a shopkeeper who normally extends credit to you. As if the debt is already paid, and therefore there is transactional immediately. Rashi says over here, he'll stop something in it. Therefore, it's almost like an exchange, right? The shopkeeper is going to give, donkey drivers and labor Even the other family, the Muslim baby, not coming out of people. Again, that doesn't apply in conservative, right? It's wasn't like credit. Therefore, that case is trying to bring it back. Again, using that one. So then we're sending out as well the same case. Go, you can go to the back of the cash. But now he's not sending to a shop which normally extends the credit. Then it sounds like what? What's it? Eventually, okay. If the dinar zeh, the dinar zeh, if that's the case, then the second price is different. Instead of making the first case the case of where Ruben says, here's $100. Go out and go food and drink. Make it two different. What do you see cases do? You must the background we're in. When is this so ultimately again that it's prohibited to offend any people in the Shabbat? When is it prohibited for him to say to his workers, go out and go eat and drink, and I'll pick up the tab? That's only with the shopkeeper who extends because there's transactional immediacy. And it's as if, again, the company already has the money to construct the items. How about friendly in people, but shopkeeper who does not extend credit. But in other words, credit to the price, go ahead and highlight two pieces, say one piece like different, then to highlight two dramatic I go between Ruben, do me a favor, lend, like, give him money to Shimon, money to Shimon, and all of my property will become encumbered to me. What's that for? Tell me, you know, it's ultimately, again, my property becomes encumbered, and as a guarantor, you might have no previous relationship. What you see when you ask someone to go and do something for someone else, and ultimately, again, you're guaranteed is that transaction immediately. You're right. You're right. At the end of the day, whether the shopkeeper extends credit or doesn't extend credit doesn't deceive you. Even the low miyachid shibude low yis. So what's the difference? So look at Rashi from the bottom. They're not shibude. So yichei lo miyachid lo is the path.
What up, Zoot? How you living? How you living?
He's telling his workers, go out.
I had to go out for a birthday.
And what did they say about him?
Oh, they just got photos in James account.
Doug, why didn't you fucking go?
I had birthday dinner.
Alright, well, you could have, like, gone to both, couldn't you?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Anyway, Rabbi.
Doug, I want to hear it.
The CIA have released like papers on what human consciousness is.
Okay. What is it?
It's a hologram, like consciousness, like your body is a hologram and there's dimensions, and your body is just a hologram that you live in, like a vessel and a hologram that you live in.
Okay.
And then it goes on to say consciousness might, like, a consciousness could just be mind uploaded into a simulation. Goes on to say that.
Okay, Doug.
And these are CIA documents.
Okay.
I need to find them. You like be fucking mind blowing when you find them.
Okay.
Do you care?
I mean, I'm listening to you. There's nothing I can really do about it.
CIA documents that like just came out. Like these are being like this is being classified into.
Trust the CIA at all.
You don't?
No, Doug. If you know who William Colby is, he stated that the CIA's goal will be completed when everything. And then he was killed on a boat. He drowned. So, Zoot, all your friends got to meet your hero?
Not my hero.
Dog, this motherfucker is the biggest influence on your life. So they got pictures with him. What did they say about him? Did they say he was cool?
Yeah.
What else did they say about him?
But his show's on now. He's performing right now.
On what?
He had a secret show after Raw Comedy.
No way.
Yeah.
And you weren't able to go?
No.
All right. Well, how was your birthday dinner?
Fine.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going tomorrow night though.
To James McCann's thing?
I don't know if he's going to be at this one. I think so.
Okay, if you meet him, are you going to masturbate on him?
Yeah, why not?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moodang got to meet him.
Who the fuck is Mudang?
Have you ever caught an Uber?
Have I ever gotten an Uber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No, that's not Moodang. Sorry, Moodang's black.
Doug, do you recognize that no one knows what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to see James McCann maybe at the Rhino Room tomorrow?
Maybe.
Okay, why do you say maybe?
Because he might not be there. He might be there.
I mean, doesn't he say if he's going to be there or not?
These are secret shows.
Oh, okay. Why are they so secret?
What?
Yeah.
Because the venue's not that big and they don't want the venue's not that big and they don't want like everyone there.
Okay. Do you think, potentially, that James McCann will ask you to come up on stage and make out with him?
Maybe his wife won't be happy about that.
All right, but she might understand. She's with Legend Zoo. He'd be with the Legend Zoo.
Oh, Rabbi, I came out with new material.
Is it clean?
You know, Bill Cosby had Bill Cosby's material was clean and he turned out to be a rapist, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So what's your material? Let's hear it.
Would you trust Bill Cosby to tell a joke to a kid?
Yep, because he told like 1 billion of them on the Cosby Show.
But would you trust him to tell a joke to a kid now?
Yep.
But he's blind and deaf, so probably like he's probably harmless if he's blind and deaf. He's still got a bad reputation.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure you could tell a joke without like raping somebody.
No.
Oh, for sure. Zoot, you want to know how
Maybe
many?
that's just
Zoot, you want to know how many followers on Twitter?
well,
3,487. I've gotten that in 75 days.
My joke isn't clean. It's more of a skit.
All right, let's fucking hear it, dog.
So, Rabbi,
I'm waiting.
have you ever,
This joke sucks already. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
do you have that days where you think of like things you could have said to someone, like you replay your conversations in your mind and you think of, oh, I should have said that to someone?
Rarely.
Yeah, I have those all the time. And my maths teacher, when I was 15 years old, asked me, why didn't you do my maths homework? And to be honest with you, because my life ambition is to do cocaine and hookers every day. And I don't think doing that maths homework is going to pay off and get me there.
Is this your joke?
There's more to it.
Okay, what's the rest of it?
I played, even though I did get an A on that maths with the maths homework, I don't think my life turned out exactly like it planned. And this sucks. Rabbi,
Yeah, baby.
sorry, the enthusiasm in my voice when I'm talking to you and telling this joke just doesn't sound funny because it sucks.
Okay.
The content could be funny, but there's no enthusiasm because of the way you're reacting.
I mean, what do you want me to do, dog? It's not funny. I'll react any way you want. If it's funny, I'll be like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. You can't rely on your audience to make your joke funny. It doesn't work that way. It works. You make the audience laugh, and then they react. I mean, come on, man. And you know that. That's comedy 101, baby.
Okay, I'm talking about cocaine and hookers.
I know, but it's just like it's a line that's been used so much. It's not a new thought. It's not creative.
Has it been for?
Dog, it's like a Futurama. It's like at least a Futurama meme. I'll make my own whatever, insert whatever with with cocaine and hookers or blackjack and hookers or something. Hit me with it, Zoot.
Would you rather hang around someone if you were trying to become successful in life and you wanted to live a high luxury lifestyle? Would you rather take advice from a year 9 maths teacher or someone who does cocaine all day, every day. Like, they don't even skip Christmas. They don't even skip Christmas. 365 days a week. I don't even know the maths behind what they're spending. Like, maybe like 2 3 grand, 2 to 3 grand a day, maybe even some days 5K, maybe even some days 20K when they getting premium hookers. Or would you rather take advice from a math teacher?
What if the math teacher is the one who's doing all the cocaine? Now, that's funny.
Now that actually,
Yeah, that's funny, dog.
yeah, but my math teacher was gay.
He was gay?
Yeah.
So he could have gay hookers.
Gay hookers. Is this a paid any party?
No, dog. You know what a gay hooker is.
Yeah, I know. But like, P. Diddy had gay hookers at his party.
P. Diddy had gay hookers at his party.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoot, what is your joke? What is your joke?
There is no joke.
I thought you were telling me a joke.
Oh, this is the premise.
Okay, your premise is it funnier if you have your ninth grade teacher tell you financial advice, or would you rather have someone who does hookers and blow all day, every day, 365 days a year, tell you financial advice? That's your premise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Do you find that this is a funny premise?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the joke?
What's the joke?
Yes, sir.
Shut the premise.
Okay.
Hey, Rabbi,
Yeah, baby.
do you trust the media?
What'd you?
Do you trust the media?
Um, some things.
How are you going to feel about them when they discover you and they're writing all this bullshit about you?
Dog, what are they gonna say that's bad about me? That I'm the sexiest motherfucker of all time? All I do is promote the corporatocracy. All I do is promote big business. So I'm actually their biggest ally. I literally digest media 24/7. Like, I don't turn it off when I sleep. I'm their poster child of what they want people to be, which is literally sit in front of a screen 24 hours a day and consume. That's all they want people to do. That's that's I'm like their I am their perfect example of what they want the future to be. I'm on social media more than any other person. All I do is consume their advertising. All I do is basically rep their advertisers. What's not for them to love? They write some hit piece. Let's whatever it is. Let's say they say Rabbi is not good for the culture of the world because they, um, I don't know, they I mean, I think I am good for the culture of the world. So, but whatever it is, I'll just be like, that's your opinion, man. I have 1,000 fucking YouTube accounts that people are watching right now. Nobody's reading your fucking paper. Nobody reads papers anymore. You're a joke. Get the fuck out of here. I will seriously just go through and be like, all right, you're making an article about me. I'm gonna make 15 videos about you. I'll destroy anybody in my path. But generally, I'm very nice to people. I'm very kind. I give people the benefit of the doubt. They're going to love me. I stay out of politics generally. I do my best to avoid taking sides. I am someone who literally consumes all day, every day, what they put out. And I comment on it generally pretty positively. The things that I don't like, if anything, the things that I will critique and I think will make the world better are the technical challenges that occur while live streaming your life or being on social media. There are a lot of app crashes. There are a lot of upload failures. There aren't aren't mirrored apps between iOS and Android. Those are really important things to me. I want to improve technology, and they're going to see what up, Zoo. I mean, you just interrupt people mid sentence. Go ahead.
You want to say the funniest thing you've ever seen?
What is it, Zoo?
You're on your phone?
Yeah,
Are you on your phone? You on YouTube on your phone?
I can be on YouTube. What do you want?
Can you look up my friend? I'm trying to find the video. Can you type in Henry Roof Hates Banana?
Just one moment.
Henry Wilson eats banana.
Okay.
Yeah. Has 5.1 views.
Okay. Just one moment, dog.
What are you doing?
Responding to a message of risers. All right, now I'm looking at your thing. Okay, so what do I have to look up with this banana person?
Henry Wilson eats banana.
Is this the funniest thing I've ever seen?
Yeah.
If it's not, Zoot, I'm gonna be pissed. Henry Wilson eats banana. Okay, I'm a bunch of shit on Sir Henry Wilson. Is it man eats banana with skin?
Yeah. Georgia?
Yep.
Rabbi, are you watching?
Yeah, that was the absolute biggest waste of my time you've ever given me.
He's a comedian from Adelaide.
Well, he's not very funny.
I'll tell you something about him.
What are you going to tell me
He
about
has
him?
a personality. He has a personality where he says some shit off stage. Like, he's one of those comedians that everyone knows at the venue, but like not for like his content, but for the things he says when he's not on stage. Because he just does the same fucking routine over and over for the last 3-4 years. But if I told you that guy right there opened for James McCann, would you believe me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, I mean, James McCann probably needs people to be able to, like, basically follow him, or I should say open for him, so he gave that guy a chance.
What he did in the US, though, like 2019, 2020.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That guy ate a banana with the skin on, which I get could be funny, but he wasn't really funny when he did it.
Oh, he's eaten a banana with the skin on multiple times.
Okay, I mean, but it's not. He's not like funny about it. He's not like reacting to it. He's just like, oh, there's a squid in my mouth. Oh, he's not saying, oh, this is delicious. I don't know why people don't do this. You know, I'm gonna have to go to the animal kingdom and teach apes how to eat their bananas just like this because they're really missing out.
So his this that comes to the Charles Darwin as well.
All right. Well, he hasn't evolved into anything funny. Zoot, how many of your friends got to meet James McCann?
Like 20 of them.
Holy fuck, man! You, you. Oh man, you could have met the man, Doug. He met everybody.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I have a good feeling you're gonna meet him on the Secret Show, and you're gonna say Rabbi Rothschild is the person who introduced me to you. He streams his life 24/7, and he's one of your biggest fans. And then James McCann's gonna be like,
James McCann. Think James McCann would be interested in you.
"Fuck yeah!" I would be like, I know somebody who's watched every Kill Tony appearance you've ever been on and critiqued all of them on their live stream. Not only that, but he introduced me to you. And he's American, and he introduced you, an Australian comedian, to me. An Australian. You could be like, literally, all this person does 24/7 is watch stand up comedy. And has for basically the last 4 years, in addition to like other podcasts. Tony, he's watched your regular stand up, and he's a big fan. And one day he's gonna blow up, and then you're gonna blow up even bigger than you are currently. He's gonna say that's tight as fuck, and then he's gonna give you some kind of gang sign handshake, and then he's gonna be on his way.
That's where my pub now.
You're going into the pub.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy yourself. What up, girl? Dog, I hate these people when they do this. This is the worst. Just talk. Doug, shut the fuck up and tell us about yourself. Doug, I would throw this motherfucker out there. I gave you 30 seconds. Next. Dog, shut the fuck up and just go. None of this GM shit. Just fucking talk. Damn.
I'm doing good, thank you. And yes, I'm a member of the foundation. And the board of the core marketing council as well. So happy to be here today. I've actually seen your space quite a few times, and it's been very interesting to see the amount of talent you attract here. And one thing I wanted to mention is not to share anything. You can go to my timeline and discover things yourself if you like. But if you are looking for the job on Web3, please check out Tom portal, Tom Jobs portal, because we do have some positions available, and we do have incredible talent in this space. So take a look at this, and thank you guys for having me. I love the discussion you bring up, and how many people you help and how much talent you attract here. So I want to just stop by and say hi to you, and if anyone interested in what's happening in the ecosystem, thank you. Hell yeah, bro, thank you for being here, man. Bro, you got a huge badge, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been for the top foundation almost 2 years at this point. And it's been a journey to you. And we continue to be in the position that is the focus. It's the focus. But that's the integration with the there's lots of room to add this type of technology. It's not research. Stay attentive to you. Right now. Thank you so much. Skills. No, he's one of the best in the world. He's one of the best guys in the world. Fucking 6'6", 6'7". Can't make fun of that, right? Like, so what is the one thing we can point out? Well, you switch cams. You're rugging me all good, much love and respect. Let's get more people out, bro. Alright. Beyond. I know she's here. He's one of the best in the world. He's one of the best guys in the world. Fucking 6'6", 6'7".
Can't make fun of that, right? You can make fun of that. So what is the one thing we can point out? Which can't. Go around and give talk, we're super psyched about that. So we don't attack that. Attack Edmund, attack Charles on that. There was a huge response to Edmund talk stuff, Travis gets offended. Now people are just trying to fight. And everyone gets away. And it's so now you're talking even more about the fight. All that is sounds like. So I just remember talking to Mario, like, do not stop it. And in the back of the locker room, he goes, listen, if you're in trouble and you can protect that, I know talking. That's why I talk to you to get through that round.
Yo, I need to go ahead, man. Jim, everybody.
More about fighting. All that is so I just remember talking to Mario. Do not stop this. And in the back, in the locker room, he goes, listen, if you're in trouble and you communicate with me, I'm going to let you go. So that will never talk to him. It's like blowing the black in the face. I won't talk to him. That's why I talk to you.
Happy birthday, bro, and cheating right now, bro. You've been active on my ex account for a long time, and I'm glad to announce our
when there's no damage, listen, I get that. I'm with you, Joe. It's not the same. If a matter's communicating clearly to you, I think it's the best thing case by case. Always talk to you. Well, defending.
Around the night, they're talking throughout the summer, and I'll say now that we are together. She's my woman, and I'm her man. So there's no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. There's no dating. We're together.
Well, congratulations on that.
Happy birthday, bro. Yo, Fuji, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the stage, bro. Yo, Fuji. And if it's your birthday, get a driving license. You're allowed to release my okay? Yeah, please. I'm doing, bro. I just came up here to say hi to you guys. I think I have notifications and notifications. So I just shoot you for Toronto's. I'd say everybody. Thank you so much, guys.
But that's okay, because we're big bandits, big.
If you want to say anything, just go ahead, bro. Alright. So, active, like, describe species.
Big bandits, yeah! Got another big man in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Rogan.
This space for us, you know.
All right, I don't interrupt my introduction, bro.
You'll be in.
I'm watching you.
100%, bro. I got you. Chris. Yo, guys, there's a giveaway going on. There is a $500 giveaway that's going to be for 10 winners. Cause has only picked one winner so far. There's going to be 9 more people that are max engaged. That show up before in the previous space to give with $1,500 to 30 people, fam. We've seen it happen live, so do well to connect with Taz, turn on his notifications, and drop comments in the group. I mean, of course, he's going to support back the people that support him the most, right? And this happens on a daily basis, man. Look at all these connections that you can be making with everyone on
stage.
worry about this.
Victoria's got a badge a ton. Taz has a badge with Axie. Joker has a badge, bro. Yucky Ducks, Gold Account, bro. They've got 18 affiliates, bro. Fall 777, bro. Gold Account Wise, Gold Account. Look at these accounts that get off, bro. With a badge, we can be connected with everyone. Premium Plus accounts. I like to emphasize this because, when you guys follow us, smaller accounts or basic or premium accounts, bro, it gives us a boost, especially with people with badges, bro. When you guys follow people back, you're helping a lot of the smaller accounts get into the algorithm. Otherwise you would have to work so much harder. It gives us a score, or X account a score that we need to get, And also, bro, if you're not monetized, if you need the 500 verified followers, press that button, come up on this base. Bro, I went from 200 followers to 500 plus 550 or something like that, right? And then in one space, man, it was a space like this, less smaller than this actually. So we will follow you, tell us what you got cooking, make connections, and it can go from there, bro. I know Taz and I have been like marchers, space that I'm connecting, early next year. I'm getting called right now. I think I said something. I'm going to go to the other. Doug, do you mind taking over, Phil? Not a problem, man. So I know around the stadium, a couple of speakers up here. If you're going to have really much to share with you, beside the fact that, there is some going on ecosystem of being to be the it's a massive ecosystem integrated. It is like what I need to explain to you first, like what integration is like, and what is happening. There's now different things. And I have something better. If you're curious of this, just check my pin post. That will be more. I'm absolutely stuck for the future of Tone this year. Last year we've been expanding in the US market. This year we're continuing to focus on aligning ourselves with the community, and it's been tremendous growth, especially in the local sector and the gaming sector, which has been on the last few months of the last year and been on the rise ever since. But that's just a little bit. Many people start to pay attention and tweet about us quite frequently, including Crash, Whale, and many other people. They are not paid, just curiously posting about what's happening here. And Flush Pepper's been initiating, which is, I think, top 5 or top 6 most expensive NFT collection across all chains, and it continues to dominate. And the reason why it's integrated directly in the Telegram interface, and you can utilize your gift to pin to your banner, to your profile. If you're curious, BMS or tools, I can actually send you a gift so you could test it out and see how it looks. Let's just DM me your Telegram username. So you can take a look at that. Bro, I think we should get
Yeah, I mean, that is not the fight. Jiu-jitsu matches. There's a certain power in the bridge between you and
That's another world-class fighter.
So hard and excellent. I know everyone probably stressing you out. I was nearly so in the end. I was nearly turned into a crybaby myself. And then I just had a match. Listen, the Chad exit that he is a reason. Was me a reason. I do apologize if I didn't start to everyone. I know how it is. And the host of the dev and the founder of the fund. Anything in life, guys, there's always going to be critics. And you know that, Todd. And you know what you do now, Todd? I know. Skirt past them in that Lambo, don't you, bro? I'm not doing it being 350, bro. I'm not good, bro. I just got to my car, which I wasn't going to do. I love doing it on the little fender, lifting. Right? And he is a hater, bro. And I'm not saying a whole story, right? And for a whole month, I literally spend every day and every night by that guy's house. He would beg him anyway, so I'm back in the project that you had on him earlier. I did a little bit of my research and my call is on her in front of sorry, Solstate. I should say hello to you. I'm very rude. I'm not going to do a whole speech now. This is Solstate's space. I'm not going to feel the night tonight. In fact, I'd like to start with a Solstate question. Alright, so I will introduce myself, otherwise you just like this random little wizard thing that's like talking to me. I've developed a few projects myself, and I've recently super locked in with AI to the degree, I'm building my own LLMs, and the ones that I, even consumer grade I put over LLMs, I put over like 2,000 hours in with Grok Pro. Like, I'm not gonna dock which one, but one of the iterations, my thing, like, if I put it in a businessman's hand yesterday, and I've got a bit of an announcement later, but I'm not going to steal your thunder, so I'll be after, like, at the end of the show, guys, I'm not stealing your thunder. So my question anyway, because I'm going to digress, my question was, because I've been studying in June and this stuff now, I'm really up to AI. Are you kind of doing anything with AI, or are you focusing solely on, the front end? I don't want to get any secret sauce, but I'm sure you've got something that I don't want to know your workflow, but is that a part of your project, or are you separating them and just focusing on community, getting the money back in their hands, the ownership? I love what you say that. I was saying to Todd in the back end, and he's begging for some good questions here, but I can tell you're a knowledgeable guy. And are you more the second part? I know I've asked a whole land to play on this. I know what questions to ask you if I'm going to ask anymore. Are you like the founder, runner, like what I was to begin with, or are you dev founder, like what's your technical knowledge?
Hey mate, it's good to hear from you. Obviously, you're from the UK. You're very theatrical. You're a very good speaker. Like, you're a very engaging speaker. You're a very engaging speaker, which is good to hear. It's
So why don't you just suck his dick?
able to develop and also meeting speakers is rare, but also
People, I bet I'd say Australia, New Zealand, like close to that.
Yeah, Australia, where you went to.
Yeah, and then crikey, mate, I should have got that right. Fucking hell, sorry. I'm from Australia. I had to go on an English accent. Yeah, no, I love Australia.
Yeah, so, in the AI space, I mean, of course, we'd love to have a chat with them because we're also building something like we're building an AI channel. So essentially, when people stream, they don't want to manage the chat if they don't want to. We're running different scripts, and so essentially they can kind of be a little bit more relaxed when you can be an AI moderator than just the chat. If girls want a webcam, then they don't have to sit there and lie. They can just focus on webcam.
I've got some house from what I do for you. Why are you different to other people? I'm not okay. Dev, following like many people I'm following, just a guy that likes to do the building, yeah. But if I spoke to you now and people say, told you know how many people's out help you then I can make a send me 2,000 or give me 2%. But what I do, I want to help any project. I'll only help when I like anyway, and I'll give them help. Then if it's helpful, that's cool. Like I've helped someone. Like you shouldn't have to help in this space because I'm going to get paid, in my opinion. Because if you have to do that, you're not backing yourself. Because if you're backing yourself, you'll be either building or part of a project. Like I heard some state talk about their reward programs. Every project, this is an for us and then back to you. If you're a project out there and you are paying people well, as in at least fair enough to come and want to work for your project, you're losing. And it used to be the model, like the old dinosaur, like treat your people like shit. Paying the minimum and don't drive the llama. Listen, guys, 2026, fortunately, for the good guys like all of us that don't work anymore, it does still some idiots, but it sounds like everyone on this stage, like, I don't think Todd would have brought you here if you were treating people well. So I guess with that part, because I only have a part of it, I think people's very level sharp. With regards to the reward part, for other people listening, how can they get locked in with that? And, obviously they've got to do their own research for that, but once they've locked in, they're okay with that. How can they most help you with that and help them with that?
Obviously, developers, senior developers, I mean, in different spaces, some are Web 2, some are Web 3. All of that is above award wage. Everyone that works for me is paid above like normal wages. I'm being able to stay everyone listening. Your only incentive to work for me is if I pay you, right? You don't get the right people. I want people who come in when they feel like I have something to earn. If they add it, they get an equal reward. It's like the code of man, right? When you meet a man, I feel it in debt. If someone does something for me and I realize that it's been a benefit, I don't feel good if I don't pay them an equal level of their work. It's the code of man, and I realize in crypto sometimes people are there and people can be there just for a
It's very I do agree with what you were saying. Yeah, the first bit I'll pause it a bit from that. I'd like to see what you're saying to this. Yeah, I would actually argue that is what the model says. For example, with Axie Infinity. So for context, I'm big into play to earn. Not play to earn, sorry. I played play to earn, and I think that's the problem. If people only play just for the money, that actually I would probably is a problem. And how I would say as a frame it very quick, so I'm talking for ages. The way my ecosystem is different, I'm not going to share it because this is your space. The way it's different though, in my opinion, not to yours, but just in general to anything else, is because I want people to come and engage with it just because they actually really want it because it's so good. And when they get all the rewards and all the ownership and everything, say I'm building part of Web 4, I'm into AI shard and da-da-da-da-da. I think one of it, not just the fancy stuff, is that when you go to your local shop, you're walking through it and you're already in an element of this, you're already interacting with AI 15 times before you first stop, and you don't even know. In my opinion, that's the next level when the thing behind it is also next level. It's very complex. So I'm not going to go too in depth, but what I would say is that when I actually ran, the stuff, I'm glad to make the sound good, but what I actually meant is I was trying to open the floodgates for anyone here listening, because I know people heard you speak, and they think this song saying cool. I want to get either on that actual I want a platform where I can help bring people. I know my channel with Melissa. So what I'm saying is, maybe rather than thinking of 2D, you just have something where if you come here, you're not going to earn loads of money, and I'll basically give you the value of this you love. You're not going to earn loads of money. If you want to do really hard work, like you say, you have to get a job, you have to get so many. If you want to try to support me, maybe have a little logo or do a thing, then you're going to get fined a little $10 there and you can get more. And I'm just suggesting it's not doing music. Anything like that, or you're not open to that, you're something else.
Yeah, we're very open to that. So the idea that Chris from Rumble, where he comes in, Mr. Beast does it as well, and they go and sprinkle a certain amount of wallets with a bunch of crypto at a certain time. That's one feature, but also we have to introduce something new where if you're a streamer, maybe you stream for 20 people, but you're a consistent streamer, you get points for the leaderboard. And essentially it's not to be determined by how big your following is. And then once a month we'll do, so one of our biggest streamers, you can do a stream with them, maybe you have 100 subscribers. This guy has 1 million. And now in the contract is to be determined that you have the streaming there. So it's like, that's what you get from your people who are subscribing, it's an entertainment platform, right? They can also, it's just kind of like,
and you know what, the alpha I want to split there, so I'm not over talking, I want to take many other hands up there, I'm going to tell you the I think I'm
Down the street, caught him with the elbow choke. He's dazed. Yeah. He's happy. It is all
Can anyone globally use it when limited to few countries?
anyone globally can use it, and you're not going to be geo-restricted, meaning that if you're from a country that might be a smaller country, maybe you have less monetization options. Maybe you're filming in Vietnam or something with the GDP involved. In the States, you can still film, like you can still stream. The people will decide what it is that they want. And we're still, we want to incubate creators that are consistent. And we also want to be able to have a level of, I guess, for lack of a bad word, but diversity, right? Like, we don't want to just be centralized in the US because the US pays the most money. I have a lot of friends that do live management, I have a lot of friends in influencing, I have a lot of it's just the US.
Yo, what up, pimp? Free cash, how you living, baby?
I believe, like the idea of, to me, it's inclusive. Everyone should be have the right to be involved. So that's the idea. Is that
Vcash, are you in my Discord?
A platform that essentially you can stream from anywhere. Managing your bank, no one's managing. As long as if you want to do adult content, maybe someone would want to. That might be risky. Maybe it's not properly out.
Vcash, I can't hear you really well. Come to my Discord.
So that we know that the person's over 18. So that essentially it covers us, but also it's completely immoral. So that's
Vcash, come to my Discord.
So it covers everyone, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, diversity is a big part. We want a realm of kind of everyone to be able to be involved. It's not for me to say that one person is more valuable than the other on the platform. It's also part of why we just buy an unlimited amount of influencers. I mean, I can buy some of the guys at the top to fill. But then others may get a lot of attention. And then it just becomes a money game. Right? And in places like that, you would be shocked to see that they can pay $5 million for deals free. Influencers. How can you ever play a money game with them? Because they have a lot more than even us. So it's just a money game, and then our idea is we want to incubate new creators, we want to build them up. They can be smaller, but we want to help them and promote them. We have the marketing out. We're also building an AI ads component in our platform, so you can promote other streamers, and you can promote gambling, you can promote other things based on what your comfort level is. Some people don't have to stream gambling to a point. If you want to, sure, then you can get paid more and you can get a higher level of obviously you can rank share.
Vcash, come to my Discord, big dog.
So
Excellent. My Discord's in my link.
So I think that it's the
sucks, right? It sucks for me to say it. I don't like people.
The name of the product is the World Mobile Walls. Basically, the product is telecom equipment which supplies ecosystem. That's the great thing about the product is you're 20% fixed APR on your stable coins. There's no variable theory or token involved. You just deposit and you earn. World Mobile has 2.9 million paid customers that subscribe to their internet slash mobile service. And the problem that they solve is there's 3 billion people on the planet that don't have internet. So they're going to page. Thank you for being here, bro. We're going to go ahead right now.
Sorry, can I say something? I'm raising up my hand. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to you, shout out to everyone. I wanted to ask you this question, but you answered everything. The question was actually going to be, is that an application system for people that want to become creators or they can just join in through the link on the website and become streamers? That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And there is essentially Solstake TV, so SOLSTAKE.TV. There's a website. There's a creative form that you can fill out. And also, there's a new concept that we're bringing in. If you want to affiliate new creators in, you actually get a share of their revenue. That's something that's quite new and we're still to be discussed. But imagine that you can act kind of like a manager, like you can act like a manager in this regard. So if you pay a fee, it comes to you. So it's kind of can become, I don't want to say MLM, and the fact that can be an ugly word, but it gives you some level of incentive to kind of push good creators to us. You know, that can be a thing. Also, because it's hard to really incentivize to get the best people over because you get this friction. Once you need a wallet, and you need some sign up transactions. Some people don't want to do that. So you have to at least initially incentivize people to kind of make them to come over. But I mean, feel free to apply. I think Melissa said that she would check out the platform as well, and they're more than welcome to. So that's the journey.
Okay, thank you so much. That's what's up. Yeah,
no worries. And thanks, guys, and then very well done with the string toast. Thanks for being involved. Yeah, Victor, you've done very well with Telegram. Congratulations.
And guys, I want to follow the whole schedule. We're going to be having these spaces every single day by the same time for 2 hours. And you want to follow me also for your amazing spaces. I'm your nurse and your guru. And yeah, do check out my page if you know you're new in the space and you want to know about branding, jobbing, and visibility. Yeah, make sure you check my highlights. Yeah, let's go to our stage.
Guys, thank you all for being here. We're going to be right now. I will be back before you pick the winners for let me just say one thing. For anyone that wants to tap in with the projects, right, the best way you can do tap in is just turn on your notifications that are here for our show that we're learning, and you can DM them or see it, right? You will not go without this fact. That's what I love about Max. I can speak with him, I'm not going to test. I'm just saying that right. So yesterday, composition. I went to sleep pretty much right after most of it. That's definitely something that it's been to previous games and stuff. And the guys that maybe just likes to try out. I think this should come across made 5K just like I've been results. So yeah, super cool that. The projects that you
some people are feeling real sad right now. Real sad right now. When you show
Monday to Thursday every day, same time as we start this Wednesday. Next week, guys have my notifications on the week.
about the healthy is?
Hey, Tony, you shut it down, bro. I need a second.
I'm Gallon here.
I just told what I just listening in honor of you, bro. I'm not really sure what's up. Another giveaway to give in this. I didn't know you were in a recently. We're going to give away 20 with airdrops and $50 in web photo. You can Twitter pick it, give it however you want. Not even that, but you can choose the best shoes or people in this space to find out however which one. Just send me their names. However, you don't even have to do it now if you don't want to, if you're in a rush. Because I did want to do a show, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do that. Put that out there in the comments. I can't even pin on this phone right now. You know, it's quite early to like, I helped defend this. You know, I'll put it there. You don't have to do nothing. I need to hear this. So I don't want to hear about the scratch. It's not seems like he wants to go and like he said, but here it's something. I can do a 1 minute show or something. I did 30 seconds. I did this tea part of the collection. I reinvented that. Things that I'm doing right now in Web 4. Web 4 is like building doors in Web 4. I'm actually studying at the St. Jude University. I'm doing AI, product machine learning, and in Cambridge I'm doing ethics, so it's interesting. Here is some thoughts on that. We're going to do space on that soon. So the Web 4 is that you have to take all your liquidity, take 2%. We're going to provide all that for free. We're on board to Web 4. We believe in what we do. Wizards on Web 4 and told that everyone here probably sells taken well if you look at it. He's going to go to the fucking moon. He's going to go to the moon. Like immaculate vibes now because we're here. And I think tomorrow's going to be bad. Now I know we're really going to smash it. And I heard it all the way in the comments. You killed it today. I know you were juggling a lot of plays. And you killed it. So stay. You look good. He gave you shine. You all got shine. We all got shine. We are shining out. I already reacted. All of them. The first wave is moment. Or 7. The winner is NPSC. The third one is Masahni. The fourth winner is 707X4. Happy birthday. The fifth winner is it's like so I can almost realize the prize. I'm gonna set the prize and we are ending this space and after the space I'm gonna make a video on the mentioning all of them and I want to draw all of them. We end January 5 I got you. You're going to win that giveaway. I'm going to pick you, hit that request button. I'm going to bring you up. Hit that request. I'm going to pick some people who are listening, who are locked in, and who are in that request button right now. I'm going to pick 5 winners from the request from. So let's do it. So, boys, you make winners of peace. Request this week as you people. There's 5 people. Okay, let's begin. Yo, the number 1 winner I'm going to pick is positive aura. You are an absolute champ. You show up in this. Let's go. Going down the list. Number 2 is going to be Underdog. You are the second underdog. Let's go. Let's right. Number 3 is gonna be that probably is not even verified. Doesn't matter if you're verified or unverified. You can win if you're active in this space. You're working out real. I got all the handles in the picture. So keep moving, keep making guys, request to speak. Okay. I took a screenshot of it.
Take a screenshot. The fourth winner is going through this request right now. Is gonna be Hyder. Shout out to you, man. Congratulations. Thank you so much for this. Next fucking space is on Monday. On Monday we are picking the winners. Make sure guys check the pin tweet on the top of the space. We got 1,000 giveaway from Souls ATV. Interact with it live. Your boy Dog, I've heard some alpha that apparently after this he's doing a stage fright. I have a message on the wall. Do you want me to roll that with us into his giveaway? Because you're going now. Yeah? Alright, well I'll give it up after. And everyone please, after this space, never mind reshare this one, this one's done. Go to your boy Toz's wall, and if you see any empty hearts, then you're not doing the job, yeah? Fill them all up, and you reshare. And tell me why not? Because he's blowing us all up. So come Saturday night, there's gonna be some moves, but no disrespect for nothing but respect for them, and it's good, man. It's the way to go. What's this sort of journey been like for you? Because it seems as though the UFC keeps putting you up against these legends, and you're almost becoming the legend. It's not bad. I do actually love it. Love it. You're going to be obviously a big card, giving an opportunity for you to shine. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that fight. He's got his own first round game. Obviously, after the Crow Cup fight, you know what? When you get the call from Joe Silva and he mentions today comes out, he's got the usually off his sport. He's not ready to control the title. I feel like if you can be the leader of the UFC and it starts with Jake Gonzalez, you have to work out everything. I'm just ready to go, man. Wherever it goes, I feel like I'm be all right. So I expect to knock him out. I expect a real tough fight, but I expect to come out.
Folks, look at this athleticism, this footwork. Look at this motherfucker dancing.
respect for him. Do you think he has respect for you? I hope so. Respectful. Yeah, this rookie just beat the guy who was made his name like kicking him in the head and knocking him out. So that's the tough rookie fan. So you say you have respect for him. Do you think he has respect for you? I hope so. Respectful. Looking broke up right now. You consider what you did against Rabbi over 19. You can't honestly say that he's a safe broke up. We've been waiting to see the old broke up. By convincing knockout submission, I didn't guarantee this one would go on. Security. It's not every day where you fight such big legends. Especially for me with Brother Shaw. He's a boy just like him. As being a fan of a good program, once we get that octagon, that goes out the window. I must have visualized knocking her good program out. At least 2,000 times. He's 6K over the first round from 75 because he's just a rookie. He's good, he's young, hungry. I would show him and I would hope if he's just a rookie in the sport. Just a rookie. I will defeat him. Sure. So, it's not going to be me. Let's see it again. And it's almost like Marco turned his head, anticipating the punch. You're afraid I guess you should be afraid, but let me ask you, since you're going to knock him out, obviously it came longer than you probably expected. Was the fight tougher than you thought? The finish, it looked like you rocked him, but you rocked yourself when you found on the mat. Notice it? You rocked him, you rocked him, you took that shot, you really didn't take that.
Shaw versus Nogueira. It's still a big fight for both guys. Nogueira is one of the greatest heavyweights ever. And for Brendan Shaw to just come off a big win. Division.
Fight ended in convincing fashion. Honestly, the knockout of the night, that's what happened.
This is a big fight for Nogueira. Not only to get back on the track and get back into that heavyweight title hunt again, but this fight's in Brazil.
That's gonna be insane, you know. I feel sorry for the guys who's coming to fight in Brazil because people wanna bring them.
Be like being up Michael Jordan.
Chicago, man. You're not going to go out there. And for me, the reason I want this fight is because that sort of pressure, that situation in my career is as close as you get to the pressure of a title fight.
Can't move. He's good at standing out. He's got a good shooting. But when I fight, I'm a way better level of jiu-jitsu. Black belt. For sure, I think I can make another one that heavyweight title.
There was a champ in the UFC and Pride, so it's pretty tough. But I'll take my boxing against anyone in the heavyweight division for the ground.
I know how to hold him. I know how to walk him. I know how to submit him.
This is the biggest fight of my life. The convincing win with no girl, it puts you right up there in the title picture. Guarantee this doesn't go to decision. Guarantee it.
Better not on the ground. Whatever the fight goes, I'm going to be ready for him.
In front of his hometown, in front of his home fans, I'm not going to get out in real.
The UFC keeps putting you up against these legends, and you're almost becoming the legend killer, so to speak. Do you like that role? It's not bad. It's not bad. A lot of people actually love it. Gonzaga, look what they've got, man. Steve Malvin has been huge heroes of mine, and for me, I think it takes a special kind of fire to pull that off and really get after these guys. I think some guys have problems with that, and I don't. And I think that's why Dana White and Joe Silva give me these fights. Did you tell the UFC that you wanted to go that route, or was that their idea? This is their idea. Actually, no one told Dana White what to do or Joe Silva. But, after I beat this one broke down, I asked the fight was it. We haven't seen him fight in 2 years. He's battled injuries, surgeries, and whatnot. What do you expect to see from him? Tell me, man. Big man from Brazil. He's had surgeries to kind of recuperate. Straight his tail out because of the field. So, no one's ever done. So, it's a huge kind of filler event. What's the official prediction of how you're going to beat Big Dog on Saturday? I guarantee we get a bonus that night. I guarantee my hands raised on there.
Embracing this opportunity tonight to fight North American tour of training camps that included Drake Jackson and Albuquerque, New Mexico, and some time in New York City with Enzo Gracie. His gym is worth the time with HSBC Arena. From where we are tonight, it's been 18 months, Kenny. We last saw him in Sydney against Cain Velasquez. He is truly a legend of MMA.
So really, I really just want to buy down the zip. I think it's that like was received well, but still not good for zip. So I went down, can't keep an eye out the gates. I just think knock them out. It's not the case. It's just land on good. So I walked off. That's what I did my thing. I get warmed up, and I've never watched so much like that. Chew that. Yeah. But no, but it was huge. Yeah. It was my blood. And let me take it from here. Yeah, man. That was the biggest thing ever. You were like,
find the numbers of money, right? Or no specific monies have been set aside for that. Therefore, ultimately, again, it should be mutter. It should be mutter. So sorry. The Gemara says, so if that's the case, ultimately, again, so what do we need to be concerned with that? Yishum shvius. So the Gemara says, so ultimately, again, says the Gemara, yes. What do you have to be concerned about over here? The halacha l'maisa that perhaps again shmita produce versus halomiyach ichidude hacha lomiyach ichidude hacha. Ultimately, again, same thing. Halacha l'maisa, because no particular monies have been designated for that, it does not create transaction. What's the case? The case over here is where the Balabayas advanced the money to the fund. Okay, so this changes everything. She shaked it, Balabayas dinar lechendini, chodem sheshalach etzlo. The hashtam the Balabayas kafli yisurde. Okay, so this changes everything. So now the case over here, ultimately, again, when the Brisa says that if Reuven says to his workers, go to the chandni, go to the shopkeeper, eat and drink, whatever you want, it's on me. The case is already Reuven gave the money to the shopkeeper. So there's no extension of credit. In other words, he has a tab, but it's paid for it. Oh, so now that makes sense. Because now that it's paid for already, ultimately, again, if they take limited things, it's literally like he's supplying them with limited items. So the Gemara says as follows. So Rav Kana said,
That guy sucks. All these people suck.
Vikesh, how you living, big dog? Vikesh, I know you. Vikesh, Vikesh, Vikesh. Can you hear me, big man? Vikesh, 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 big dog. Can you hear me? I saw you just unmute yourself. Vikesh, can you hear me? Vikesh, Vikesh, Vikesh.
Sorry, it's not my fault actually. It's network that is disturbing me. I just entered the space right now.
Okay, excellent. How are you, big man?
Okay, bro. I'm good. I'm good actually.
How
But the
can
other signs that I showed to me the other time, bro. It's a long story.
I know who you are?
Yes, I know you are too.
Okay, how can I help you?
Rabbi.
Yeah.
I said, is there any other apple? Is there any other um any other sites that can find influencers?
Are there any other sites that can find what?
Influencers.
Influencers. Okay, like what do you need?
I need influencers, ambassadors, like
you could be righteous in areas and morally bankrupt in other areas. Now, obviously, that's not the goal, right? The goal is to have a certain level of harmonious spirituality and righteousness in all areas of my life. But most of us are not there. But sometimes we feel hypocritical, or sometimes we feel like a fake because here, I'm learning Torah, but I'm doing this. Or I'm giving tzedakah, but I'm doing this. Or I'm chesed, but I'm doing this. Right? It is hypocritical. It is a little contradictory. But welcome to the nature of the human condition. We all live in hypocrisy. We all live in contradictions. Such is the nature of life. But it is important for us not to lose faith in ourselves. That even though the zona is a zona, the sheep also brings kabbalas. You know what? I guarantee you, the kabbalas are real. It's a pleasing aroma. Because at the end of the day, no one knows our inner contradictions and struggles more than our Kishbar. And when we still push forward to do good, despite all the things that are broken, sometimes that's the pinnacle of human accomplishment. In any event, so the Zona offered up the covenants. By the time relations occurred, so you might say, okay, let's analyze this. Let's unpack this a little bit. What's the case? If he said to the Zona, gives her the land on Tuesday and says, this is yours as of today. Right? Acquire this as of today. Right? Then halacha if she did the sharila, right? The halasa b'shaspia umatara ba'amu udiyah. So then obviously it's mutter, right? Because she has title to it. It can't be categorized as an esron on Tuesday because they didn't have relations yet. So essentially, he gave her a gift, and therefore she has every right to offer it up. However, the law in the aksha is enough in the caravan. It's very interesting. But if he did not give her permission to acquire it as of now, right? If he was not explicit and said, if he didn't say to her, this is your animal as of now, as of Tuesday, right? They're scheduled for relations on Wednesday. So what does it mean? If he gives it to her, he gives it to her on Tuesday. Okay, we're gonna have relations tomorrow. If that's the case, if he doesn't tell her to acquire it, it's not hers. It's not hers. And if it's not hers, Heichi Matsu Yakada, how could you offer it up as a partner? After all, the Ish Kiyakish is based on Kodesh Amrachmar. The Torah says, if a person will consecrate his home, this is talking about an erech, valuation. Right? We'll go ahead and consecrate his home. Amrachmar, and not based on the Shuso, just like your home, you own it. Ach Kodesh Shuso. So to the only you can consecrate, whether it's consecrate or whether it's offer up, is something that you own. In other words, so if she doesn't own it on Tuesday, then how could she offer it up as a card? Unless you just got married. You could only be makdish something that is yours, which means in the realm of personal growth, Hakadosh Baruch Hu only asks of us what we're able to do. Sometimes you make the mistake of measuring ourselves against other people. And that's not necessarily the right thing to do. It's good to have role models. It's definitely good to have people who up to aspire to be like. But a lot of times we kind of compare ourselves to others, and then we're frustrated when we don't measure up. But who says you can measure up to someone else? You don't know what those person's profiles are, what their abilities are. The Ribono Shel Olam only asks you to be makdish, that which you own. You only have to consecrate, or you only can that which you own. You can't consecrate something that doesn't belong to you. We so often in life we forget that Hakadosh Baruch Hu only expects of us what we're able to do. He doesn't expect of me what someone else can do. He doesn't expect of me someone else's accomplishments. What he does expect of me is to take a personalistic inventory about all the spiritual things that I possess. Be honest about what I possess, because we possess a lot more than we're honest about. And then utilize those in pursuit of personalistic holiness. You can only be makdish that which belongs to you. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu only asks of us to accomplish spiritual things that are within our purview, in our power, within our spiritual toolbox. Incredible. Eladamala, so what's the case? Eladamala, this is very interesting. So he says to her, right, so Reuben to the zone of the sheep on Tuesday, and he says, okay, keep the sheep with you. We're scheduled to be tomorrow, right? And just keep it with you until tomorrow. The mitzvah, but if you need the sheep for some reason, let's say something comes up, you need the sheep, I don't know, you need a car money, you need it, or whatever it is, then Gemara says, then I give you the right to acquire it as a So it's interesting, kind of hedges is that's what fine. So Gemara says this. So that's the zoning. Now again, what's the idea? Why are we doing this? Besides the fact that it's not only after anything, it's interesting. We're doing this because you can remember this all happened with the Rabbi with this Shemitah transaction. Yeah, that's kind of happening over here is that something with prohibited status when there is a level of transactional immediacy. So now we see that by the Shemitah case, and ultimately we see it by the Esnon zone and by the Harlot case as well. That emerges gets a little bit into this Harlot case. So by the Boshia, so very interesting. So let's say same thing. Reuben gives Rachel, Reuben gives Zona the sheep on Tuesday. The Bia is scheduled for Wednesday. On Tuesday, she goes in and she's makdish. She consecrates. Now she didn't offer that as a problem, but she's makdish. So what's the status now of the animal? Mahu. Kevan Damar Amiraso Legabok Misulaso Lahadil, Kiman Dakri Basitani. So do we say that essentially making something hektish is the equivalent of offering it up? In other words, literally the Gemara says that verbally pledging something to hektish is the equivalent of giving it over to a regular person. So therefore, do we say ultimately again that the act of going ahead and makdish it verbally is the equivalent of offering it up? In other words, offering it up is offering it up, but being makdish, it's gone. The animal's gone. Being makdish ultimately again, it is still here. It's still present. So does she have the ability? What happens if she was makdish it? Again, because let's say you heard the shaila is in the case where she offered it up on Tuesday, by the time the bia occurs, obviously again it's gone. It's gone, right? So it can't be called an eslam zona because it was no longer in existence at the time the bia occurred. In this case over here, on Tuesday she's makdish it. Wednesday the bia occurs, and ultimately, so at the time of the bia, the object is still here. So now the shaila is does the object become an eslam zona or not? So we're said the Tiv Shamid Rabbi Eliezer. You can answer Rabbi Eliezer. So we'll say going back, this is Rabbi Eliezer on the top of the daf, right? The Gemara said, "Dam Rabbi Eliezer shekadma behikli vasa." So remember again, the way Rabbi Eliezer understood the case of the Eslam Zona, right, is where she went ahead and she already offered it. Right? She offered it up already by the time that the occurred. Dafka hikri vasa. So Dafka, because she offered it up, it's no longer in existence. So low. But from Rabbi Elazar's statement, it would appear that if she was makdish, but the animal was still in existence at the time that the bia occurred, perhaps the animal would now be called the Eslam Zona. The Gemara says, no, the Rabbi Elazar can fake me by it. The truth is, this shaila is mamish shaila of Rabbi Elazar himself. So the Gemara says, mine. Mifshat Pshita Rabbi Eliezer Dakli Vasal Davka Bakli Shasam Lo Da Isa B'Shasbia. Does Rabbi Eliezer say that the only time it doesn't become an eslam is when the animal was offered up before the bia? Because by the time the bia occurs, the animal is no longer here. But perhaps again, where she was just makdish, she consecrated the animal still in existence at the time of the bia, in which case halacha l'maisa, the animal is recategorized as an eslam zona. Or maybe obviously if she offered it up and it's no longer in existence at the time of the beat, of course it's not going to be categorizing it as an eslam zona. But in a case where she just consecrated it, we're not sure. To which the Gemara says taken. So we're really not sure. So interestingly enough, for both sides, what comes out in this case over here is first of all, so important lesson number one, because we're not finished with Eslam zone yet. What we do understand is that in order for something to be categorized as an Eslam zone, if that order is not followed, either payment and delayed bia, or bia and then payment, ultimately again it is not considered to be an Eslam zone. If he deposited an animal with her for payments, now, and the bia doesn't occur until later on, assuming she has rights in that animal, therefore she goes ahead and she offers it up on the five karma. If she's not dishit, she consecrates it, and so the animal is still in existence at the time of the bia. The next day, what's the status of that animal? That's the point. That's the fun. Okay, let's analyze. So we're making a list. The second case over here was, let's say he has relations with her, and then afterwards he pays her. So ultimately, again, the payment is mutter. We say it's mutter, it means it can be used for consecrated sacrificial purposes. Or mini, the Gemara is the kasha. I don't understand this. The Gemara says, or mini. Ba'ala bi'achakach even kind of shalosh shonim esnala asa. So the Rabbi says if woman has relations with the son, and then he pays her even 3 years late. 3 years they sent all of this late. He pays her late, right? 3 years later, it's still called the harlot's payment, and it's still the aser. I'm not stop. I'm not chista. Look, so most in that country, so just important is the rice that we quoted before outside of days in the day 62 BC. That if there's relations and then payment, that's not an eslam. There's no transactional immediacy. Here the word is aser. It's not a contradiction. Hada Amar is Ba'ali li Bitalaseh. Hada Amar Ba'ali li Bitalastan. So I said this is very interesting. Ultimately, again, we're talking one case is another case where he says, have relations with me for this sheep. And he identifies the sheep versus have relations with me for a sheep. Rashi, the Talazeh, so ultimately, again, the Gemara says when he identifies the sheep, it's as if there is transactional immediacy. When he doesn't go ahead and identify the sheep, then ultimately, again, there is no transactional immediacy. My hobby, I understand. So let's analyze this, right? So now it's Wednesday. You've been relations with me for this sheep. Now, again, he doesn't pay her for 3 years. 3 years, the halacha is, it has the status of a harlot's payment because there's transactional immediacy. Just because he identified the sheep, it doesn't make it hers. In order for it to be hers, what has to happen? The Gemara says, Yushicha, animals require the sheep for the partake in possession, which the Gemara says, the zona avodas okay? So apparently it's actually interesting, but ultimately the din of Mashiach is only a din they don't need Mashiach to acquire. So we're talking about a zona who's not Jewish. Levi's the other possibility is, the Olam Bazar Yisraelis. No, it's talking about a Jewish harlot. Ukigon standing in her chutzah. In which case, again, ultimately there's Kini Chutzah, she acquires it. Less than a second. Either Kaiba Chatzera, Bala, the Akakaf Nasala, Hakana. Second, I don't understand. If it's in her chutzah, then she acquires it. In other words, he had relations with her, and then ultimately, again, then he gave it, only then he gave it. It's already in her chutzah. She already acquired it. What are we talking about here? The Gemara says, in other words, she acquired it before Piyah. So this is like the paradigmatic case of Esnan because she's acquiring the sheep even before the Piyah if the sheep is standing in her chutzah. To which the Gemara says, the shati and the heli apol to keep. Very interesting. Now, here's the case. So Reuben comes to Rachel and he says this. And here, this sheep is an apotiki. Remember again, what is a apotiki? Apotiki essentially is like a guarantor. In other words, he says to her, I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you for the relations. Right? If it doesn't really acquire the sheep initially, she only acquires the sheep in the event that there is non-payment. The Amar law, and he says to her, if I pay you, let's say within the next 30 days, good. And if not, shakle be'esnanif. Take this sheep ultimately again as your harlot payment. Fine. Master Rav Shesha says like this. Supposed to some help. Again, it's interesting. All of this is really unraveling to the Esnan's own case. Watch this. Omer Adam Nachamarav Ulapala. So let's say again, let's say Reuben employs donkey drivers and workers. Okay, so now he's paying. Now the way ultimately again he's paying them. Now Rashi points out over here, even if these workers are non-Jews or they're Amei Haaretz, they're just unlearned. And he says to them, right? So what he goes and he says to them, I'm paying you, right? And essentially, go use this money to go ahead and purchase for yourself food and drink. Okay, either that's their payment or supplemental wages, whatever it is. He's giving them here, right? Here's money. Go and drink, go and eat. So let's say now the Gemara says the Eino Choshesh, she can do this. Eino Choshesh, she doesn't have to be worried. Some base 63b. Lo mishum shlius, lo mishum ma'aser, lo mishum. I will say here's what's interesting about this. Right? What's the concern here? The Gemara says that halacha l'maisa, he's giving them money. Now, because it's an Akum or Amei Haaretz, he has to be concerned maybe the Akum is going to go by Yayin, right? Or maybe ultimately again the Amei Haaretz is going to buy Shmita produce or Meiser Sheni produce in Shmita Tzad Yerushalayim. He doesn't have to be concerned with this. Why doesn't he have to be concerned with this? Because essentially he's giving them the money and he's saying, Chevra, do what you want. Because he's doing that, essentially, it's not on him. Whatever they do, they do. Rashi says over here, okay, Rashi just goes through all of this. Right, if you look at the end, if you look at Rashi, Mishum Meiser, right, if you look at Rashi, it's actually the last one, the last of the long lines, not Rashi. The ha'ihu losafilu midi ela priti yael. We don't view Reuven is not the one giving them anything private. Reuven is giving them money. And it's chavra, here, this is for your food, this is for your drink. What they choose to do with that afterwards, essentially, is not on Reuven. It's not on Reuven, so therefore, again, no liability. Okay, now watch. Contrast out the thing, our liability. It said to them, Su v'ichlu v'ani poreah, Su ushtu v'ani poreah. He says to the workers, right, taxi drivers, go and eat, go and drink, and I'll pay. Pick up the tab. Oh, now this is a problem. Choshish Yishum Shlius Mishum Ma'is Mishum Yayin. Then we have a problem. Now, why is that? Look at Rashi. The issue over here is because he's paying the tab. Now it looks like he's purchasing and providing these prohibited items for his workers. You see the difference? If Reuven just says, here's $100 for your food and drink, whatever they buy, that's on them. That's nothing to do. If he says, go eat, go drink, I'll pick up the tab, then ultimately, again, that is problematic because it is he is providing these potentially prohibited items for his workers. Alma, Rabbi said, what do you see from here? Ki kapara to make Isser kapara. So what you see from here is that halacha l'maisa, not going to say this is we're now going ahead and circling back to the Rabbi case, right? We're going back now ultimately again to the Rabbi case of, remember, Rabbi, what did they do? They went ahead and they borrowed Shemitah produce and they repaid the poor with 8 year produce. Yochanan said, not a problem because no transactional immediacy. So I said, what do you see? So what do you see from here? That when Ruvain pays the bill, right, pays the bill, so even though, again, he's paying after the consumption already took place, so there is transactional immediacy, and he is considered to be paying for these Shemitah produce, the Sheni produce, the Yayines, and it's problematic. There's a kapara. So to over here by Rabbi Yanai, when they repay in the 8th year, ultimately, again, isn't that called paying for Shemitah produce? Same thing. Which the Gemara says, Tergamara Fisto, Vechen Beni Hamakifo, the Mishtabel. So no, it's different. In the Ruben case, right, where he's going ahead and telling the workers, go eat, go drink, I'll pick up the tab. We're talking about where they are purchasing food from a shopkeeper who normally kindly ultimately, because the shopkeeper normally extends credit to Ruben, ultimately there is transaction. Shopkeeper acquires his money immediately. Look at Ash for just a moment. Kindly, it's actually right across the Rashi, right to the left, regularly extends credit. Shekvar Hikirbo, Shekamakum Shiyeshno Hadin, or Kanilo Lechandini, Hilcha Khalifini. That's it. There is transaction immediacy. Ruben is dealing, in other words, Ruben is not just saying, stand money where you want and buy food, buy drink. He's saying, Pedro, go to the shopkeeper, I'll pick up the tab. This is a shopkeeper who normally extends credit to Ruben. So therefore, again, it's as if the debt is already paid, and therefore there is transactional immediacy that's happening. Rashi says over here, therefore it's considered to be almost like an exchange, right? The shopkeeper is going to give donkey drivers and laborers, whatever they want, to use the items, and Ruben is going to immediately pay for that. Right? This wasn't like a credit type of situation. These weren't people normally do business together. Therefore, that case was fine because it lacked transactional immediacy. But again, using that logic, if Ruben were to send out his work, the same case, go eat and go drink, I'll pick up the tab. But now he's not sending into a shopkeeper who normally extends credit to him. Then it sounds like what? Mutter. Then it should be okay. If that's the case, that it's mutter, ihachi, adetanit su'u ve'echlu b'dinar zeh, su'u shesu b'dinar zeh. If that's the case, then set the price up differently. Instead of making the first case of the price up, the case of where Ruben says, here's $100, go out and go eat food or drink, make it 2 different cases. What should the 2 cases be? When is this so ultimately again that it's prohibited? When is it prohibited for Ruben to say to his workers, go out and go eat and drink, and I'll pick up the tab? That's only with the shopkeeper who extends credit to Ruben, because there's transactional immediacy, and it's as if, again, the company already has the money to pay for the prohibited items. But the shopkeeper who does not extend credit, therefore that lacks transactional immediacy, and that case should be caught. In other words, better for the Brisa to go ahead and highlight 2 cases that are the same, but one detail different, than to highlight 2 dramatically different cases. First, we must old Furthermore, is that true? Even if the shopkeeper doesn't extend credit, is the purchaser not still obligated to the friend? Listen to this. A person says to his friend, Tain manalaponi, v'yiknu kol b'chase lach. So what happens? So right, Ruvain goes, all right, I go over to Ruvain. Say, Ruvain, do me a favor, and right, give him money to Shimon, and all of my property will become encumbered to you. What's that? If ultimately, again, my property becomes encumbered as a guarantor. The Gemara says, so what do you see from there? Now, again, let's even assume that Reuben and I have no previous relationship. Because what do you see from there? When you ask someone to go and give something to someone else, and ultimately, again, you're guaranteeing it, that encumbrance, that transactional immediacy, seems to occur right then and there. You're right. You're right. At the end of the day, whether the shopkeeper extends credit or doesn't extend credit doesn't seem to make a difference. Even the low miyachid shibude low misar. So the Gemara says, so what's the difference? Hey, lo miyat mo'os lekach, lav chalipa minhu v'lo misar. Since Reuven did not go ahead and actively set aside money for this, right? His workers, go out, go eat and drink, I'll pick up the tab. Since no defined amount of money, right, or no specific money set aside for that, therefore, again, that lacks transactional needs. Because it does ultimately, again, it should be mutter. It should be mutter. I'm sorry. The Gemara says, so that's the case ultimately again. So what do we need to be concerned with that? You should shvius. So the Gemara says, so ultimately, again, says the Gemara, ultimately, again, what do I have to be concerned about over here? My Choshesh, Mishum Shvius. What do you have to be concerned about over here? That Allah Maisa, that perhaps, again, Shmita Harus, versus Halomiyaki Shibide Harfafin. Allah Maisa, because no particular monies have been designated in advance, it does not create transactional release. The case over here is where the Balabais advanced the money to the family. Okay, so this changes everything. Okay, Rashi, Sheiktin lo, Balabais dinar lechendini, Chodem Shishalach Etzlo. The Hashtam, the Balabais Ka'avli B'Yisur. Okay, so this changes everything. So now the case over here, ultimately, again, when the Brisa says that if Reuven says to his workers, go to the chendini, go to the shopkeeper, eat and drink, whatever you want, it's on me. The case is already Reuven gave the money to tab, but it's paid for already. Oh, so now that makes sense. Because now that it's paid for already, ultimately, again, if they take prohibited things, it's literally like he's supplying them with prohibited items. I'm not kind of. So the Gemara says as follows. So Rav Kana says as follows. So we'll say, so again, all of this is all in this same realm of transactional immediacy. Right? That's the theme that's happening over here. So the Gemara says, I'm sorry, I'm Rav Kana. I'm used to the Shmaite coming to Rav Salim. So Kana said, I said this over in front of Rav Savid of Maradol. And what happened? Amarle, Ihachi, Aditani Su'u Ve'echlu, Su'u Shesu Vani. If that's the case, the right shouldn't be that Reuben says to his workers, go out and eat, go out and drink, and I will pay. I will pay means to sound like he hasn't paid. Rather, what should it say? It should say, go out and drink, go out and eat, and then I'll settle up. Right? I'll settle up and prepay. Right? So he left money with the shopkeeper, and then it's a question of saying, okay, I left you $100. How much did they consume? To which the Gemara said, you're right. He said, you're right. Tani, I'm sorry, Amalei Tani Tsu'u Va'ani Mechashi. Ultimately, again, halacha l'maisa, he said, you're right, change the brisa to read. The brisa should really be the following way. That halacha l'maisa, if Reuben says to his, so case, remember, essentially there are two cases in the brisa. Case number one is where Reuben gives his workers $100. It's on them. It's